Welcome to the Daily App Show. Today we have an application for your iPhone as well as your iPod Touch and iPad called Penquills. Open up Penquills and it's going to bring us into this note section where we can kind of test out the keyboard. So this is going to be a keyboard for iOS 8, and below we can see some character recognition. So I can type in single letters here and it's going to write in the letter for me automatically as I type it in, and then I'm handwriting as well some symbols, and I can even come into numbers. And then up here above, we have some language options. We can go to English, French, or go ahead and hold that down and we can select the language that we're going to be using. We have a date. We can insert dates here. Go ahead and hold that down. We can even enter in any of these predefined texts as well. Over here, we can go ahead and do the .com. If we do a period, we can go ahead and enter in some symbols. Then we have our space button, delete, and then return. Now, what we can also do is come up here into the options. And this is going to allow us to change in some of the customizations of Penquills. Here we do word recognition in landscape and portrait. So this is going to allow us to do single words, or we can go ahead and use sentences. When we're in a landscape mode, we'll be able to do full words. In portrait mode, we're only doing one character at a time. And you can see we can do up to 3 characters per second. If we go ahead and enter that in, and we can change that as well. Now with the letter shapes, this is where we're going to take over some of the customization of how we're actually writing in our letters. So each one of these letters, you can see are predefined with the shape of the letter. Now if I tap on a letter, it's going to allow me to draw it over again, and that way I can go ahead and get my own custom letters in there. So with the A, if I wanted to draw on my own A, I'll be able to do so. All I have to do is tap on the box, and then I can go ahead and customize that for myself. Now, where this really shines is we're going to go ahead and come into some of our actual text messaging apps. So we'll go into messages, and here we are. We're text messaging with one of our friends. We'll pull up the keyboard, and then we're going to come into Penquills. So here we go. If I were going to say not much, I'll just go and start typing. And now we'll add in a space. Now let's go ahead and do a comma. Now notice that as I'm typing, it gives me some predefined words up at the top, trying to figure out what I'm saying. And so now that I've got my whole sentence, we'll go ahead and do that question mark one last time. Notice that you have to kind of get it in the right position, so we'll do the question mark, and now I'll send that off. So that was me sending a text message using Penquills right here to go ahead and just do in some one letter at a time. But if I want to do multiple words, what I'm going to do is switch my device into landscape. So now that we have our phone in our landscape mode, you can see we have a few different options now. I have script here, which is new. So if I tap on script, it's going to be print now instead of script. So script is going to be how I'm going to write my actual text message. And what I'm going to do is maybe just reply to this text message, and I'm actually going to use my script and write out full words instead of doing one letter at a time. So now that I've done that, you see I kind of got the whole script going out. And if I send that out, it's just sending as a regular text message. So what's neat is that since Penquills is a system-wide keyboard in iOS 8, we can pull it up in any one of our favorite applications. Here I have it running in a note, and I have some basic functions that I can do here as well. Here I can add in a calculator. So I go ahead and use a calculator here and function in my landscape as well. I'm going to go ahead and come back in here, and I have my options here. Again, I can do small caps numbers, all caps symbols, so that I can switch up here on the top of the screen. And then if I ever needed to, I can always come back into my system keyboard by tapping the world icon and bring back up my system keyboard. And then coming back in here, just tap the world icon. So once again, this application is called Penquills. If you like it, be sure to pick it up in the App Store today.